It was hard growing up in a single parent home. I actually, felt real, lonely because most of the time my mom had to work 2 or 3 jobs to make sure she provided for me, to pay the rent, to give me things that, she never had because she grew up rough. And so she would bust her behind, to get money, so that make sure that I had on the nicest clothes and things like that. So it was real rough. I always wanted to have like a relationship with my father and stuff like that, but it never really happened. I'm thankful that his family was there to kind of provide that safe place for me. So shout out to my grandmother and my grandfather for just having a household with open doors and allowed us in there to like hang out and play with each other. I had to bring y'all to this place because seriously, it used to be rats, roaches, all kind of stuff around here, and it was real hard. I remember one time I even got stuck in the bathroom. I was taking a bath, my mom trying to get me out of the bath, and there was a rat jumping out of the garbage can, and I'm trying to get out of the bathroom. I was so scared, like I'm paralyzed with fear, I was traumatized by things like that, growing up in my later years. I'm scared as hell of this motherfucking rat. I'm telling you now, mice too. But, it was a struggle. It was hard. I felt also like, how you call it? I felt like my father didn't want me, or that was something wrong with me, why he didn't want to be, like interactive with me, because when I was 9, he took me down south after school was out, and I would go down there and visit them and stuff like that. That happened like 1 or 2 times, and after that, it was over. I tried to hustle to get money because I was broke, and when you grow up in Harlem, you see everybody dressed in nice clothes, fashions, you see nice cars, and you aspire to have those things. And I didn't have it. I tried to hustle to get it, but it wasn't enough. And so I feel like, who I am today as a hustler is because I know you gotta work hard for anything that you want and anything that you believe in. The only way for you to get it is for you to bust your chops for you to get it. I also saw my mom out there hustling, working 2 jobs and stuff like that. So she also taught me like to have a work ethic and to go out and go ahead and get it. So that's like who I am today as far as my mentality. I'm a go-getter. I'm with it, As long as it's something I believe in, I'm gonna put my best foot forward. And I'm just thankful to my mom for giving me that perspective on life, because God knows only where I could be today, just being lazy, falling back, and just expecting things that happen to me instead of, going out and getting it. Man, it was hard growing up in Harlem in the 80s and 90s. I mean, I'm an 80s baby, born in 82. It was a lot of abandoned buildings, crack houses, crackheads running around, a lot of illegal activity, people shooting all over the place. It was definitely a time where we used to decide if we wanted to go outside, but we was a little bit scared because we didn't know if we were going to get shot. We didn't even know the difference between fireworks and guns, like the gun sounds and shit like that. So we used to sit outside the window like, was that a gun or was that firework? But it was definitely a hard time. I remember, just how, when I grew up listening to hip hop and how they talked about, like selling drugs and having the best clothes and sneakers and stuff like that, I felt like they was glorifying, that type of lifestyle. But I felt like nobody really talk about, what happened to the people, who you gave those drugs to, what happened to the families, what happened to families that, got destroyed from the drugs in the neighborhoods and stuff like that. So, I just want to make sure that everybody understand it was not an easy place to grow up. Right now, it's looking like 34th Street, but back in the day, man, it was abandoned buildings. It was crazy. It was a lot of nastiness going on, and coming from that environment, you don't even know, how your life is going to turn out, or what to dream outside of what your environment is, and I just try not to be a product of my environment, moving forward, and just using the things that I learned in my environment to, pay it forward to the younger generation that's out there now. Never felt like normal like all of the other kids that I grew up around. I was a very athletic person. I loved to play basketball. That was like one of the favorite things I liked to do before I started doing music. And, I couldn't run as fast as everybody else and stuff like that, but I tried to do the best I could to stand up with the people, that was probably in shape and fit. And, kids used to make fun of me and stuff like that. My mom used to talk to me bad too about being big because she used to have to buy bigger clothes. So, she used to tell me like, oh, you need to lose weight and stuff like that. But they don't really tell you like, we got food deserts in our neighborhoods. We don't even have, health education. And I'm like, you was feeding me cheese, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, neck bones and all that stuff. That was all fatty stuff. So like as a kid, what do you do when, like your parent is coming at you because they got to spend extra money because you're big, and then you go outside and the kids are making fun of you because you're bigger than them. You see all of the younger girls walking around, they get boyfriends as teenagers and girlfriends and stuff like that. And like I didn't get that same interaction with people because I was bigger than everybody else. So I would say it definitely made me more subconscious about myself. It definitely made me I think I lacked a lot of self-love based on the fact that I didn't feel worthy or like everybody else. So yeah, it affected me real bad. It still bothers me to this day.